Okay guys, it's time. We're in the dark today. We're going to get some quiet meditation before we go out there and take on the team that I personally predicted to win GBA this year. Now, that was pre-game, preseason, before, right after the draft. That regenerator core was just power, and we've got a lot to fight this week. We need to make the smart plays, we need to keep our heads cool, and we need to keep this match as close as possible. Now, let's put our hands in, and let's go Bucktooth Bucko Nation. It's time to take down the Aqua Jets. What is happening, Token Peeps? OldManTup coming at you today with Week 8 of the GBA. Only 2 more games after this one. Woo! And we are playing against Hank the Pidgey, and we're gonna get a quick look at his team here. One thing I noticed, he is missing the key component of his regenerator core, which is Amoonguss, which I mean really doesn't do a lot against my team, so didn't really plan that much for it, so that's good. He's got Latias, Excadrill, Tornadus, and Mega Pinsir. Everything on his team is a huge threat. I mean, more or less outside of Sharpedo to my team. So let's get this game started. Thank you to Hank the Pidgey, who, for those of you who don't know, records almost all of my matches for me and then sends me the files. So thank you, Hank. You are a gentleman and a scholar. So I'm going to lead with Hitmontop. Seeing Infernape on his team, I was almost 100% sure that would be his lead. And I don't think he wants to stay in here because he knows I carry Earthquake sometimes. And he's going to U-turn right out here, and I'm really predicting Tornadus to come in to take the fighting and or ground type move. So I go for a Stone Edge, and out comes Tornadus. I'm like, yes, this is guaranteed 50 damage. And I miss. It's like, this is how we're going to start this game. So I'm like, okay, that's it. No more whammies. So I'm going to switch out here because I can't take a Hurricane and Air Slash or any of that crap. Because, you know, Tornadus is good. So I'm going to go out into my Heatran, and I'm going to lose my Air Balloon right off the bat, which is fine. Seeing this U-turn, I was really curious and wondering in the back of my mind the whole time, is he carrying the superpower? I honestly thought he would predict that on the switch in, but he U-turns out, making me wonder if he hasn't, or if he's just trying to keep momentum, especially since he regenerates. He brings in Sharpedo, and I'm going to switch right back out into Hitmontop, because if he tries to Swords Dance up here or anything, I got it covered. Now he's going to go straight away for a Poison Jab, making me think he thought Azumarill was coming in. And Hitmontop eats that up. Luckily we don't get poisoned, and it's going to negate, would have negated our leftovers, but that isn't going to happen. He's going to switch out here. And I'm just thinking, okay, what's he going to go into? He goes into Latias, and I just go for the close combat. Didn't want to over-predict, and I don't want to miss again. And Latias eats that up. And I need to switch out now because I can't take a Psyshock or Psychic or whatever he's going to throw my way at all. We're going to go... he's going to switch right back out. And he's going to go into Pinsir. And he's going to catch us on the switch. And it's like, oh, doubling out. Being aggressive. Okay. I go right back out in the trap, and I'm thinking, okay. He's got Earthquake. He could have close combat. Or is he going to try and set up on me early? And I'm just thinking, I don't want him setting up. And he's going to sub. I'm like, thank you. I thought he was going to try and get some shenanigans going early, and I go straight away for the Fire Blast. And it hits. And that's going to break the sub. And I'm just like, yes! Okay. Playing good so far. Keeping the game even. I'm going to go out to Murica because Murica is going to take those close combats, going to take those Earthquakes all day long. And we have Intimidate. So we can go for the Earthquake here. Nice. Now, at this point, I thought my Murica had Choice Specs because that was the original item I had on it. And I go for the Fire Blast. And that does nothing. So I'm thinking this is especially defensive Latias, which is not the case. I switched my items in the last minute to leftovers. And I get one shot thinking I would outspeed, thinking it was defensive. So that is a huge, huge punching myself in the face moment because I'm just playing not good. So I'm going to go out into Mega Alakazam. And I'm going to set up a sub. He's either going to switch out or he's going to go for another Draco Meteor. And at one point, he's not going to be able to break my sub. And I'm going to get a shot off, probably KO at this range with a Shadow Ball if he decides to stay in. And at most, it will probably cost me 2 subs. Because Mega Alakazam has a lot more special defense than you think it would. And that one is going to take out my sub. And his special, he's at like -4 special attack now. So I'm like, okay, he has to switch. He has to. I'm going to set up the sub here. He's going to go into Infernape. Now, this is really good for me. I mean, it would have been better had I gone for a move. But now I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that he's Scarfed. He outsped me, and the only way he could do that is he's Scarfed. So now I know. Now, he's going to switch back out here with the U-turn, breaking my sub, and he's going back into Latias. So I'm like, okay, we can play this all over again, or I'm going to outspeed and go for the Shadow Ball. And I do outspeed, and I go for the Shadow Ball, and that is going to take down this Latias, which is, whoo, I don't want him dropping Dracos like bombs all over the place. So that's good for me. He's going to bring Infernape back out here, and I know he's going to outspeed. Now, here I have to figure out what I want to do. And we're going to make the smart play. We're going to go out into Hitmontop. We're going to get the Intimidate. He was faster than us, so if he would have just straight switched out and double switched, we would have still got the Intimidate on whatever would have come in. He's just going to U-turn. That's going to do negligible damage. And he's going to switch back out. And he's going to go into Pinsir. So I'm like, okay. Can I take one shot from this thing? And, or is he going to sub? Is he going to SD? He knows I have Stone Edge. And I stay in, make the risky play, and Hitmontop goes down. So, my physical wall is down, which makes me sad, but Hitmontop did his job. I'm going to bring a Mamoswine. And I should have turned that off. On professionalism. It's going to bring in Infernape. I'm going to go for the superpower here. Because anything he brings in is going to super hard. And he lives on like 1 HP. I can't even see the red. It's so much. But I am an Ice Shard variant. So we are going to take this Infernape out, which is fantastic. Because I am almost 100% certain I'll outspeed everything on his team now with Alakazam. But unfortunately, the super threat he has left has Quick Attack, so balls. He's gonna bring out his Tornadus Therian here, and I have to switch because I'm at -1 attack and -1 defense. He's gonna go for the Air Slash here. I go out into Heatran. If he doesn't have the superpower, I wall him, and I'm gonna get a free shot off on whatever I want to go. Now, I have Ancient Power. Solely for a few things that hits a little bit harder. He's going to bring an Excadrill. I'm like, crap, I should have just went for the Fire Blast. But I'm hitting the Ancient Power. And I'm going to get the stat boost. And I'm just like, whew. Whew. I'm a force to be reckoned with now. I mean, even though half his team outspeeds me still, with the speed boost, because I'm completely specially defensive. And he's going to bring in Tornadus here. I'm going to hit a Fire Blast. And this is going to do insane amount of damage. That is a +1 uninvested Fire Blast. Now he's going to go for the Icy Wind here. He needs to slow me back down so he can take me out with Excadrill. I found out later that his Excadrill was sashed. He really thought I was going to set up the rocks on the switch there. And he takes himself out. I should have played smart there and paying attention, knowing that he would take himself out with Life Orb, but I didn't, and dumb. Pay attention, kids. It will help you. He's going to go for the Earthquake here. My balloon is broken, but I don't have a safe switch to make. And the Tornadus is down, which this thing was the strongest counter to, and everything else on his team kind of just runs through Heatran. So I feel safe stacking it here to get this in safely. Now, I can't take him out with an Aqua Jet at this point, but I know I can survive anything he's going to hit me with, get the Citrus Berry boost, and just pop a Belly Drum, which I need to do. I mean, at this point, I could have conceivably just, well, actually I couldn't. I don't think I have the Waterfall. What am I thinking? But it was a Belly Drum set, so I'm going to hit him here. It's going to take him down with the Aqua Jet. Max attack. He's going to bring Pinsir out. I'm just like, oh, crap. Well, that was the shortest Belly Drum success story of the season. But we did get one Mon down. So he's going to bring out this. And I'm like, okay. Where are we at defense, damage-wise? I can take a Quick Attack from this. He isn't going to go for Quick Attack. He knows that I can take one. But instead, he's going to go into return. I think I had an extremely small roll chance, like the upper echelon of rolls, to take him out at that point. I could be mistaken. Going to bring Zam out here, and his Mega Pinsir is just going to clean up. Very hard fought, very good, important, smart, and clean. The only small bit of hacks, and he beat me 2-0, I believe. Yeah, I think so. I think he had, oh, disappeared. No, yeah, I don't know. I think it was a 2-0. So, I remember a 2-0. He had, two things left. Exadrill and, no, I took out Exadrill. Sharpedo. He had Sharpedo left, because that was what I was worried about with that speed boost crap going on. He had Sharpedo and Pinsir left. So it was a 2-0. A very clean match. Like I said, the only little bit of hacks was the Stone Edge miss in the beginning, and the Heatran boost, which did matter at the end. It changed the way the last few turns played out, which, I mean, would have probably only affected the differential a little bit. But anyways, very good match, Hank. Thank you very much. If you are not subscribed to Hank the Pidgey and the Winnipeg Aqua Jets, do so. My opponents are always linked in the description, and I always forget to mention that, so I apologize to my Week 1 through 7 opponents who I didn't mention. At the time this is going up, which will be Sunday night, well, yeah, Sunday at midnight, which is when I will upload it, which is technically tonight for me, there will be an announcement coming up for, are you ready for it? If you made it this long, the D-League of the GBA. There is a distinct possibility that that will be coming back in full force for a second season at the end of Season 4 of the GBA. Now, that should go up on the GBA channel, because that's where all the D-League stuff went up before. I've been working with a few of the fellow coaches, and I'm not naming anybody because I don't want anybody to get heckled if the video hasn't gone up at this point yet, because we haven't decided exactly when the video will go live. It will either go up Saturday night or Monday night. I highly doubt it will go up anywhere in between. So if it's not up at this point, it will be up Monday. And if it's not, I'm going to beat the crap out of the person who told me it will be. Because I don't want to disappoint you guys, because I don't like to lie. But that is the information I have at this point. It's going to let you know how it's going to be run this year and how you can join. So don't ask any questions here, because I'm not answering anything. If you have questions or you want to know, you need to wait and check out the video. If it's up before this, the link will be in the description with Hank. If it goes up after this video, I will put it up in the description as soon as it goes out. Follow me on Twitter. Link to my Twitter is always in the description. I will for sure tweet it out as soon as it goes live, and if I'm around my computer. If it happens Sunday during the day, I can't because I go to church. But other than that, I will be here waiting for that to go live so I can let all the Bucktooth Buckos know what's going on with the D-League. If you don't know what the D-League is, just wait. It will be explained, or go back in history in the GBA's YouTube. And I think it's actually the first couple videos on the GBA channel was for the D-League. So go back and check that out. There's a full explanation there. We will get over the rules and things a little bit later, but this is just preliminary. How could you get into the GBA D-League, and what are the requirements? So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Alright guys, we are 1-7 now. There's 2 weeks left. We play Dan, aka A-Drive, next week, I think. Yeah, A-Drive, we have to play him again. And that will be week 9. And then we have 1 week after that where we are going to play Drew, aka Nips, of the Long Island Red Rockies. And he and I may very well be playing for the overall #1 draft pick in Season 5. As it sits right now, there are only 2 other teams, aside from myself, the Pittsburgh Pirattatas, in 1-6 going into today. Because there were 7 weeks, this is the 8th week. Yes, there were 2 other teams that were 1-6 before this week, which was Crimson Seabad and the Detroit Steel Wings, and Drew Nips of the Long Island Red Rockies. So us 3 are sitting at the bottom, looking up, trying to claw our way to another win. So look forward to that. Another thing you can look forward to, if it isn't out already, it will be soon. I cameo on the KantoCast, and if that is live, I will link that in the description. I was interviewed by KantoCast Blue. I follow him on Twitter. You can find him there at KantoCast Blue, I believe. Or just at KantoCast to get the general view of it. But go check that out. They do a fantastic job. I was the second GBA coach that they interviewed. The first coach was Hank the Pidgey. And, yeah. So go watch that. It was an excellent interview. I had a lot of fun. I love podcasts. And I would love to do a podcast myself if I had the time and or someone to do it with me. So alright guys, this has been OldManTup, taking up plenty of your time, already rolling into that 17-minute mark. Alright guys, we will catch you on the flip side next week against A-Drive. Catch you on the flip side guys. Peace!